Welcome to the Romanian River channel, in my playthrough of Dragon Age Origins. Last time we saw our sister became, well, the royal concubine.
High-class midget lives here, I'll wager.
You have come at a difficult time. Orzammar is ailing for want of a king.
Yep.
News of the hour. Is Lord Balin considering a dissolution of the ancient clans? He refuses to comment in the assembly.
That explains that.
It's times like this we really need a paragon.
Yep.
This has dragged on too long. It's an insult to King Endrin's memory.
Did you so miss the whole city screwed? Depends on your...
Raise your voice in favor of Lord Balin. He will bring us change and prosperity.
For such a short people, they do rather like their buildings tall.
Hey baby, you just know something else is tall.
As you wish.
Not much information in terms of... so ends the... okay. Anything we can steal in here? Oh yes. Shame we don't have the party composition for it.
As you wish.
We have for this though? You never know when a bow may be useful. Well, I never had this before. Hey dude. Okay, you eat some bash. Really? Okay, you too. You're having some issues, I see, so you give him a nice freeze. Good.
It's your time to die! Oh, this is too easy.
My ancestors.
Good on you, Warden. You caught them in the act. I guess desperate times drive people to strange things.
Thanks again, Warden.
No, more like they caught me in the damn act. They did say something about a vault. Okay, that way is closed, so nothing here.
Let's get started.
Let's quickly check every corner of the map for a good idea if there's anything else around. The shape of it, okay. Yes, we can...
Thief! Who would dare take from the memories? Warden, I'm outraged. A thief in the shape of it. What have we been reduced to? ball, with the most garish brand across his head. Almost like he took pride in being castless. Imagine. No offense, Warden. He's probably in the slums somewhere. As if he'd find a buyer for a stolen tome in Dust Town. They couldn't know the value.
Okay, that needs some solving.
Oh, pardon me. Were you looking for a particular volume? Not that I could really help. I don't know the libraries very well. I'm just doing some research. I was looking for something about the Orton Tig. It was lost during the last blight, and there aren't many records left. They were a noble house once, descended from the Paragon Orton, who composed the grand epic of the Seven Brothers and the Ortonic Symphony. My mother's family believes they were descended from Kalana Orton, who was training in Orzammar when the Tig fell. I'm even named for the house, Orta. Unfortunately, any records would be buried in the Tig's ruins, somewhere in the deep roads. A Grey Warden? Mother always said that if anyone could find the Tig, it was the Wardens. I hear Prince Balin and Lord Harrimont have both been sending out small teams these days. Yes, if you can find the Tig in any records, that could do it. That could prove I'm a noble. If you could. Maybe now that you're looking. It's almost too much to hope.
Hope springs eternal.
When I last walked this hall, Endrin was king and Orzammar was at peace. The memories often speak of the swiftness with which change overtakes us. But it is different to see it firsthand. I apologize, Warden. I should not burden a stranger with such thoughts. I am Zebor, the Shaper of Memories. The Grey Warden's visit has been recorded in the memories, along with all who accompany you. That is an odd request. Have you grown so fond of the Surfacer's ways in your brief absence? I thought so. This is not the first time he's made this plea. My answer to Brother Burkle hasn't changed. So I ask you the same. On what basis would you have me insult the ancestors and overturn 2,000 years of tradition? What sort of charities do you mean? Traditionally, that is their extended family's responsibility, but sometimes people fall through the cracks. Very well, he may hold a prayer meeting as he requested, if not build a new temple to his god. At least the words would come from one of our own. Now, is there anything more? Perhaps the books here can make up for the lack of attention you paid your elders. We were a great empire once, and our land stretched through the deep roads. Kal Shirak was capital then, but we lost too many battles. We lost our golems, and we lost our territory. Now the Empire is simply ruined tunnels filled with darkspawn. The Paragon Caridin, a smith of unsurpassed genius, invented the golems. For years they were our weapon against the darkspawn. One golem is worth a dozen dwarves in battle. But Caridin's Tig is far into the deep roads. When it fell, we lost his secret to creating golems. There are books about it along these walls if you would read more. Yes, we have only a few dozen left in Orzammar, and I do not recognize this one. Where did you find it? Every golem is precious to us. We pay a good sum for a new find.
I'd sooner jump into a pit of lava.
Unfortunate. Was there anything else? I must tell the rest of the Shaperate about this discovery. At the other side of the old empire, during the last blight, the kings of Orzammar knew they couldn't hold everything. They sealed the deep roads, abandoning everyone still trapped in far-flung settlements. It was the only way to survive. Kal Shirak is the only other city to outlast the blight. We only rediscovered them recently, and they still haven't forgiven us. The Paragon Caridin, a smith of when it fell, we lost his secret to creating golems. At the other side of the old Kal Shirak is the only other city to outlast the blight. We only rediscovered them recently. I will settle your mind if I can, Warden. All dwarves who die return to the stone as ancestors, to guide their families forever. But only one every few generations rises to Paragon. A Paragon is a dwarf whose accomplishments change Orzammar so much that the Assembly recognizes they've been born blessed. They are venerated as living ancestors and found a new noble house forever bearing their name. There is one paragon of this generation, a woman named Branka. She was born a smith, but her inventions caught the Assembly's eye. Before she had seen 20 years, she created a smokeless coal. It could burn in a cave without vents and no one would choke from it. It earned her paragon status. She went into the deep roads 2 years ago seeking out secrets of the ancient smiths. She never returned. According to our legends, 7 brothers founded our empire. The youngest, Bloodlik, was the wisest and was chosen king. His children formed the noble caste. The eldest, Gyatchet, trained his sons to defend their king. They became the warrior caste. Chatyar founded the artisans. Ozatyar forged our first swords. It was Orzammar who dug the mines that became our city's foundations. The twins Koapar and Noct both founded trading houses, but Noct was wounded in battle. On his recovery, he swore to serve his brother's sons. The casteless descend from criminals and those repudiated by their own families, or who chose to go to the surface and live by human laws. They have no ancestors to guide them and no families to claim them. They should not have been born. Their parents defied their shame and brought cursed children into the world. It's better they die young. I'm sorry. I can speak with you as a warden, but I cannot discuss your belief that you have previously been to Orzammar. Your presence here was not recorded in the memories. You did not exist.
Oh, you son of a bitch. I don't exist, huh?
Right.
There's a lot of stuff to read, and I really should stop doing that. I mean, if anybody's curious, there's a wiki for this.
Let's get started.
I'm just doing it for the ability to read the stuff later, off screen, in my own personal time. Okay, let's quickly check up here.
This should be easy enough.
Orzammar politics probably would have me sleeping by the first paragraph. Dwarven faith. Probably something to do with ancestors, and possibly they get a bit anal about necromancers. Possibly. Anyway, we solved the priest's request. Yeah, that's about it from in here. At least for now. Okay, now. Where the hell are we supposed to go? That's Haramon, that's the Royal Palace, that's the Assembly Chamber. Okay. Let's put our foot through the door. If needed, of course.
The Grey Warden. I've heard a lot about you from Rika. I hear you seek the aid of Orzammar's finest. Yes, the treaty. I've seen it in the Shaper's libraries. Now the difficulty is that the treaty only compels our king. We are sadly lacking politics right now.
Politics!
My prince is the rightful king, but a disappointing number of lords back the upstart Haramon for the throne. If you show your support for Prince Balin, he might be able to assist with your requests. Haramon promised the same portion of his estate to 2 different Deshers, Lady Dace and Lord Henry. Haramon can't possibly grant it to both of them, but they won't find out until after the vote is cast. I have copies of the promissory notes Haramon gave each of them. Once they see those, they should both reconsider their votes. Lady Dace doesn't leave the quarter much. But Lord Helmy's adventurous, likes to spend his time at tapsters in the commons. Remember, don't tell him about these papers from me. You learned of them and drew your own conclusions.
Okay.
The assembly is in session. Enter quietly.
I knew Vartag could help you. And just wait until you meet Prince Balin. You'll love him. Not a lot. She's supposed to be very practical. She doesn't care about larger issues, only how her own house is affected. Vartag speaks favorably of her dedication. He isn't, but Gavorn is a very minor house, and Balin has always favored them. Vartag's son was fostered with Idukin, which was a great honor. Balin promised that when little Indrin is 12, he'll spend a year there in exchange. His mother is getting on in years, and gave up her assembly seat to him. Many of the nobles think he's a disappointment. He actually thinks the lower classes are people. I could almost like him if he wasn't such a vocal supporter for Harrowmont. Finally, you ask. He's beautiful, with the biggest brown eyes, and so smart. He already knows who his father is. I'm sure his first word will be Prince. But you're giving me that look. I can take a hint. Finish your business and we can talk later. Off with you then. Far be it for me to keep you from service to my house. I still love saying that. My house.
Is Balin the worst thing?
I heard there was a Grey Warden here. I am Dulin Forrender, second to Lord Harrowmont, King Endrin's own choice as successor. Word is spreading that the surface may suffer a blight. It is shameful we are not in a better position to help. In an ordinary time, Lord Harrowmont would be honored to meet you. Unfortunately, we've already caught more than one of Balin's spies approaching Harrowmont under a pretense of friendship. So I'm afraid I won't be able to take your word. If you want to speak to Harrowmont, you will need to prove he can trust you. That's a generous offer. If you mean it, you might attend the proving today. The Deshers take it very seriously. And unfortunately, Balin found some way to blackmail or intimidate House Harrowmont's best fighters into stepping down. It would certainly make your loyalties loud and clear. Balin would never work with anyone who humiliated him in that way. Harrowmont would have no fear of meeting with you then. But I'm afraid your only choice is to wait until there's a winner. Lord Harrowmont cannot risk his life working with someone of unproven loyalties. If you change your mind, let me know. The proving is this afternoon, and Lord Harrowmont could certainly use you on his side.
To be bloody honest, if it's between an old dude who doesn't want to reform the system and my sister and a dude who does, that's an easy choice. A bloody easy one, to be honest. Let's just hope it's the right
News
one.
of the hour. Lord Harrowmont's insinuations against Lord Balin revealed the truth. Could Harrowmont be the true cause of King Endrin's death? Shocking allegation.
It's like having Fox News yelled directly into your ear.
What do you want? Are you one of those tiresome noble hunters? Neither my sons nor I are interested. Ah, such a noble profession. Cleaning up whatever dark spawn stragglers make it to the surface. You must be very proud. I am. And what business would you have with me? An interesting accusation. But to cheat me, wouldn't Harrowmont and I need to be in business? That's ridiculous. Harrowmont would never make so obvious a mistake. What evidence do you have? Well, this isn't exactly a surface broadsheet. Where did you get these? Never mind. It is true enough. There's nothing I can do about it. This deal was made on behalf of our entire house. Only my father can revoke it. He is leading a deep roads expedition, trying to secure an ancient thaig. It's unlikely he'll be back before the election, but perhaps this vote is important enough for you to brave the tunnels to tell him? The Dace family would be in your debt. He was searching an old Idukan site. He left me with this map in case his expedition never returned. I'll give you a pass as well. Usually no one is allowed past the front lines. Does that mean you'll go? So Balin's victory means enough for you to risk your life. How interesting.
It's not that, it's the damn sister.
Legion of the Dead sighted battling Darkspawn near Orzammar. They have no orders while throne stands empty. Make Harrowmont your king now.
Plus that doesn't.
2 years tomorrow. By all the holy sodding ancestors, how can you people just ignore that?
Bronca didn't go alone, Ogren. She took the whole house, everybody but you. So just get over to Tapster's and drown yourself already. You know as well as I do that's how this always ends.
You think I'm afraid of some cub warrior who's barely off the teach? Ha!
If you lift a weapon or attack a single citizen in Orzammar, and you're stripped of your caste and exile, even you can't have forgotten that. Get out of here before I call a guardsman. Can you believe it? Ogren's barely even worn your caste anymore, and he just clomps in here like he's entitled.
Ogren's a drunken wretch. He comes up here 2-3 times a week, hounding people to lead some suicidal rescue mission after Bronca. Gets quite violent about it. I'd be scared if they hadn't practically gelded him after he killed young Lord Mino.
Well, he killed Lord Mino's youngest son in a duel to first blood. It was a huge scandal. Ogren should have been executed, but he'd won honors in the deep roads. Instead, they stripped him of all weapons and forbid him from engaging in fights within city limits. If he breaks the decree, he'll be exiled. It's been 2 years since Bronca left. No one has ever stayed in the deep roads that long and survived. The search teams who went out found nothing, but Ogren wants to keep risking lives searching. Chasing some old treasure. She was quite secretive. Outright rude, really. She said she never asked to found a house, that she didn't care about politics, and that we were too self-absorbed to defeat the Darkspawn. She actually threatened anyone who said they'd come after her. She invented a smokeless fuel that let the Smith caste increase their output by nearly a third. Deaths from the Black Lung also dropped. Assembly said she had the favor of the ancestors and declared her a paragon. They moved Bronca, Ogren, and all their relatives to the noble caste and founded a new house in her name. Well, before she was a paragon, she was just a smith. And Ogren was one of the best warriors of his generation. It's been 2 years since Bronca left. Search teams who went out. Did you see any guardsmen? Tell them Ogren was at it again.
Okay. Gonna be hard to decide between the Golem and Ogren, to be honest.
So, I've been hearing rumors that a certain wine merchant is falling behind on his payments.
I can't imagine what you mean. I pay my expenses.
What about the expenses your good friend Jarvia incurs when providing your protection? It's not easy ensuring nothing bad happens, that no one decides to just burn everything in your store.
My store! Please, I don't have much. Business isn't good. People are scared. Tell Jarvie I'll get her money.
Jarvie is not happy with your promises, old man. Now let's go inside and see what you've been up to.
I bet she'd rather
As you wish.
Oh, like I'm letting them
This is all I have right now. I could get more if I sell something.
Well, well. Looks like we have a visitor. Friend of yours?
Get out of here. This is private business. Please, don't get involved with this. You don't know what they're like.
Then allow me to make some introductions. These are dangerous times in Orzammar, stranger. Lucky us, the merciful Jarvia is offering protection from the chaos. You're wearing some fancy stuff there. Might make you a target. So if you want the Carter's guarantee of safety, it's yours for the reasonable price of 10 gold sovereigns. Or I can't say what might happen. Nada. Hey, you're the Duster. The one who acts Barat. Jarvia's been looking for you, and I bet she'd rather deal with you herself. Enjoy your last night alive, Duster.
Ancestors, bless you for saving my poor store. I don't know how to express my gratitude. She's a monster, plain and simple. The Carter used to prey only on their own kind, but since Jarvia stepped in, they even dare the upper city. Whoever takes the throne had better root out the whole nest of them. That Carter's worse than a pack of cave rats. A band of casteless thugs. They're to blame for all the crime in Orzammar these days. They're criminals, and the children of criminals. The ancestors themselves declared them irredeemable. I suppose there are a few decent souls born in the lot. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm grateful for your help, but I don't think we have any more to talk about. Did you have something more pleasant you wish to discuss? I'm showing you the lowest prices I can afford, I assure you.
I wouldn't mind if you actually charged me proper rates. You do sound like you're in rather interesting binds at the current time. They have more health potions than lyrium. For dwarves, that's a bit disturbing. Now, which way? There's the deep roads. Oh yeah, the tavern first and foremost. Tapsters, and what's that? Oh yeah. Yeah. Should I call him a monk?
You're back? But it takes 2 weeks and
I don't even know that. That's quite impressive.
Thank you, great lady. But am I right in guessing you haven't left Orzammar yet? Well, I've waited 19 years. Another month won't kill me.
Wow, that's a long time. For the election, not for waiting. You can wait quite a long time for things you want.
Andraste teaches that patience is the child of wisdom, but I'm eager to hear if you've seen the Shaper. Oh, praise the Maker! You truly walk in the light, friend. I already found a convert among the merchants who offered his shop as a temporary chantry. It's just by the tapsters. Please, come to our first service.
So a church right by the... Stop pressing the N button, you dumbass. By the tavern. That's a surefire way to get a lot of converts. And it crashed. Dear God, I hope it's saved. But anyway, thank you for watching, and until next time, buff the